Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Wongi as well, also known as Ongi or Wongi. I'm not picky. If you're new here, this channel is all about true crime, paranormal content too, and sometimes I put a little razzle dazzle where I just discuss things. I call them random golden nuggets. They're just random things, random little sneak peeks into my life, into my psyche, into how I'm thinking about social issues or how I'm viewing certain social issues. So you never get bored on this channel because I'm always just adding new crap that probably isn't relevant. I also want to say that recently I've separated all my content into playlists that are appropriate. So if you're really digging, and I see you guys have been showing love to my Anais Mate video, thank you guys for that. So if you're really into the true crime cases, I've placed them in a playlist for you guys. If you're really into my paranormal stuff, which once again you guys have been blowing up the pinky video. And I want to say that a lot of Gen Zs, am I a Gen Z guys? I don't know, but a lot of Gen Zs have been telling me they Gen Z on that video. I don't know why, but you guys don't look pissed. You're just telling me you guys are Gen Z. And I'm like, why? I feel like I said something. I want to apologize to my new subscribers who happen to be Gen Z if I said something crazy. But I was chilling. And I come across something, and this is the thing, guys. So this video is going to be part of my Ghosts of series. If you guys don't know, my first installation of the Ghosts of series was the ghost of my old high school. And scary things just find me. I'm steady scrolling the internet like a normal young adult, and I come across, I'm just like vibing, and I come across an article that actually talks about how there are mermaids in the Karoo. Now hold the F up. Let me tell you why this is such a shock. First of all, do you know the Karoo, baby girl? Do you know the Karoo, baby boy? Okay, I live in what we refer to as the Great Karoo. Now, the Great Karoo is an area in the Eastern Cape that is nothing but desert. Okay, there's no better way to explain how the Karoo is. Like, oh yeah, the people of the Karoo are so kind, and people are always hyping up the Karoo. Oh, so cute, so cute. It's cute. Little towns, so cute little towns. But nothing but desert, nothing but drought, bitch. Voluntarily drought. People voluntarily live in these drought-sickened places. Like, grass can't even grow properly. That's how droughted it is in the Karoo. It's dry, alright? Yeah, in the Karoo, we are right in the middle. Hence, it's also referred to as the Midlands. Okay, so we're dead in the middle, and there is nothing but sand, dirt. There's nothing but dirt. So yeah, so when I heard the story of mermaids in the Karoo, I said, how did I not know this? This is kind of exciting, high key, low key for me. Okay, so let me tell you about this great discovery I made. Okay, they say just outside the little town of Darust, between Klein and Groot Karoo, aka the Great Karoo, is the famous Mermaids, which is a canyon, right, with its windy rivers and equally windy roads cutting through the gorge. According to the legend, the rock pools are home to a beautiful dog-haired mermaid. Now, initially when I heard mermaid, I was like, what? Which is real? So yeah, dead ass. But the thing is that this legend is not exclusively a black people legend, right? And to black people, mermaids are not beautiful. Like, I don't know how to explain it to you. Mermaids are not beautiful. In fact, they're quite the opposite of Ariel. Mermaids are quite ugly creatures that are trying to eat your soul or something like that. I don't know. I don't really keep up with the mythology surrounding mermaids. So what I'm first gonna do is I'm gonna tell you where this said mermaid. Now, the people of this town believe in this. It splits into the people who are skeptics and people who truly believe in this. Né? But let me first tell you the background of where this said mermaid is, how it came to existence. Né? So it said that this town actually back in the days was deep underwater. So this town, now that it's like desert and there is the sea next to it, but it said that the whole area that is now the town was underwater, right? And that this beautiful mermaid was once a girl who lived in the town but actually was taken away by the sinister waters, and now her spirit lingers on as this kind of half fish, half human brunette person. So this is, remember, more than 250 million years ago. And what is also available in that same canyon are, you will never believe this, guys. This is why the story is crazy to me and I'm actually telling you guys, but there are caves in there, caves where back in the days, you know, the first people in South Africa, which are the Khoisan, actually used to have like paintings. They used to draw and paint on rocks. There is actually a rock painting the Khoisan made of what seems to resemble mermaids. Like, isn't that incredible? And you know, one thing, and I actually discussed this with my dad, one thing about the Khoisan that I know culturally and that I know through other people of San descent and just is that the Khoisan never actually painted or wrote or drew things that are an establishment or embellishment of their imagination, or maybe like folk tales and stuff. They actually drew things they actually physically saw. So if they do something, it's something that they've seen and now they want to note it down, right? So it's very hard even for historians to say that this maybe was like a legend they had going on. And a lot of people think that these drawings are actually swallows, which I think are birds. Guys, they look like mermaids. I'm going to show you pictures throughout this whole thing. It's actually incredible. So in 1875, an old farmer actually wrote in his journal about a Khoisan man who actually told him stories back in 1875, guys, remember, who actually told him stories of a beautiful siren mermaid who actually sat by the rocks. And this is said to happen in Maringsburg, which is actually an area that has a waterfall within the canyons. He said that the lady would kind of sit there, right, and sometimes would take the form of animals and were believed to grab anyone who passed down and actually drown them in the watery abyss. So yeah, 2 centuries later, after the first discovery of the caves, a flood actually happened in the Karoo area, and in 1996 everything from cattle to crocodiles were flushed out into the desert and sent to the Indian Ocean. And people actually believe that the mermaid is a victim of the flood and was stranded in the desert once the waters ran dry. Sorry, I was reading that part. So yeah, a lot of people believe that it's just her spirit being unsettled and haunting the areas. If you live there, you either believe it or you don't. Right now, looking at me, you might think this crazy bitch, but you either believe it or you don't, right? So the people who believed it, like I said, very, very like on point with the fact that the San were never like interpretive like writers, but they rather wrote what they saw. So they would not be writing like stories, etc. And you know how I said there were swallows, right, which are birds? A lot of people said that people were skeptics are saying that the arms are actually like wings, but if you look at them, they actually look like arms instead of wings. So they can't be birds as people would like to believe that they are. So people don't really believe that they're birds. Others say that the Karoo mermaid is a reminder of the scientific importance of water. Like, isn't that crazy? Let me read this little nugget for you guys. Traditionally, mermaids have been symbolic of power of feminine and a reflection into their souls. Their less sinister role was to encourage sailors to explore the realm of the unconscious and reach a higher state of consciousness. What in the third eye bull is this? But like, guys, like, people back in the days were deep AF. You think you're woke? You think you're woke? People been woke, clearly. Today, this ancient spirit is argued to be re-emerging to return us to that state of higher consciousness. The Karoo mermaid now exists to join us with the earth and give us the courage to save our own planet. Yo, that's the wokest thing I've ever read. Like, so people take this as like a spiritual thing. Okay, they're coming back to remind us that, hey bitches, you have to save Mother Earth. This is for people who are obviously very spiritual and have more, I guess, a positive look on mermaids rather than like a sinister one. So let's talk about those who look at it in a more sinister way, aka the skeptics. Skeptics believe that the mermaid drawings from the sand were actually swallows, birds, and not in fact mermaids. They used it to kind of scare children. So the mermaids have always been a warning, especially to sailors, to forego temptation. Stories of mermaids drowning young children in deep bottomless ponds ensured that children would resist temptation and stay away from dangerous waters. So it's not much a belief of they believe it, but they use it as like a legend to kind of scare kids from going into waters. This kind of reminds me of the legend of La Llorona, which is a I don't want to say Mexican, Latin American kind of urban legend of a mother who, if my interpretation is correct, I apologize if it's not, but of a mother who I believe drowned her kids and killed them because their father wasn't paying any attention, was paying more attention to the children than her. And then she was like, nah bitch, these kids are taking all of my attention. And then she killed the kids to hurt the father, and then she wouldn't be allowed into heaven unless she regained the souls of her children. So she was forever condemned to roam water streams in order to regain like the souls of her children. And so anyway, in Latin America, they kind of use that hey, if you are at night and you're near water, La Llorona is gonna come get you, okay? And a lot of people use that as kind of like a scare tactics to make sure that the kids are A, not out late at night, and B, then especially not near water late at night, otherwise they risk drowning. So you kind of get that. Yeah, that was crazy. That's crazy. I never knew about this, especially since the town of Durust is actually near New Bethesda. Oh, how could I forget this? In New Bethesda is actually a town that is like close to my heart, not for any particular reason, but because Helen Keller, who is a writer of A Road to Mecca, which is a book I read in grade 10, she actually is famous for making these crazy big statues and stuff like that. So anyway, it's a town near Durust, and she actually has a lot of big ass statues of what looks to be mermaids. Like, isn't that crazy? It's called the Owl House. Her house is called the Owl House because she'd make a lot of statues of owls and stuff. I actually have a keychain. My sister went to the Owl House and actually bought me something because she knew how much I loved that house. Yeah, it's crazy. She also like, so it's interesting. It's interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Oh yeah, take care of yourselves. Bye.